Welcome to Inner Beast, where we harness the primal animal within to unleash our true potential. Now, I've gotten a lot of good feedback from everyone, and I keep getting asked what it actually takes to make the tough decisions and follow through with the most challenging actions. Everything I'm saying sounds great and difficult. So everybody is asking me what are the actual steps. My brothers, it's going to start with willpower. But it's also about the standards you set for yourself and the steadfast belief that you deserve the best. Today, I'm going to break down how to build a life of ironclad principles and unstoppable success. Imagine living every day with a clear set of principles that guide your actions and decisions, creating a life of excellence and fulfillment. So let's get into the key elements that will transform your life. But before we do, pause this video and get a pen and paper. You will actually need to do the work that I'm telling you to do in order to get anything from this video. In today's episode, I am stripping down resilience and success to their core elements. It's more than just making tough choices. It's about cultivating a strong will, setting non-negotiable standards, and committing to routines like sacred rituals. Success is not a destination. It's a lifestyle built on habits and principles. This is how you develop a life where every action you take is aligned with your highest values, propelling you towards your goals with unwavering determination. This episode will equip you with the tools to build that life. There's a quote from a movie that captures this concept perfectly. The hardest choices require the strongest wills. This idea is not just a motivational slogan, it's a fundamental truth. Making tough decisions is hard, but sticking to them is even harder. It requires a level of self-discipline and inner strength that many never develop. But those who do are the ones who achieve extraordinary success. Think about the most successful people you know. They all have one thing in common. They have made very difficult decisions and stuck to them no matter what. I'm going to take you back to a point in my life. Growing up, I was surrounded by people with unrelenting high standards, and I had to adopt to those standards to stay in their good graces. But before I ever got involved in drug dealing, I was a b-boy or a break dancer from a very young age. My crew were all much older than I was, and they were a no-nonsense group who demanded excellence. So every twist, every turn, every freeze had to be perfect. There were zero excuses for half-hearted efforts. This environment forced me to elevate my standards. I remember many training sessions where I was pushed to my limits both physically and mentally. Despite the pain and exhaustion, I pushed through because I knew it was the only way to meet the high standards set by my peers. But here's the thing, I've always been inclined towards discipline. As a kid, I attempted to meditate, practiced martial arts and breakdancing for hours, and spent countless hours reading and writing, all without anyone ever telling me to do it. This is something that we all start with, but often lose as we seek comfort over growth. I am certain this predisposition towards discipline is within everyone. Every one of you has it, but it gets buried under layers of societal conditioning that promotes comfort and ease over hard work and perseverance. We are all born with the warrior spirit, but we need to nurture it through disciplined actions and a relentless pursuit of excellence. People are constantly coming to me and asking me how it is that I'm sticking to such choices, such tough decisions and actions, and the answer is simple yet profound. Cultivate a strong will, set high standards, and believe you deserve the best. Your success is a reflection of your daily habits and principles. But there's another very powerful force you must learn to harness: your negative emotions. Anger, dissatisfaction, and shame are some of the strongest feelings a person can have. They can either destroy you or propel you towards greatness. When you look in the mirror and feel anger, dissatisfaction, or shame about your life, your job, your path, don't ignore those feelings. Use them as fuel. These emotions can be powerful catalysts for change if you harness them correctly. Anger can be a destructive force, but it can also be incredibly motivating. Let me share a personal story. When I first went to prison, I found out just how weak I actually was on my first day on the weight pile. I felt weak and inferior. That anger burned inside of me, and I vowed that I would become one of the strongest men on that weight pile. I made the decision that I would be respected in the gym. I started working out 2 to 3 times a day. I read everything that I could about lifting weights, and even when I wasn't working out, I would be on the weight pile watching others, asking questions to the people who lifted massive numbers. That anger pushed me to transform myself physically. Dissatisfaction is a sign something in your life needs to change. It's a powerful indicator that you are not living up to your potential. Another pivotal moment for me was when I found myself involved in a conversation between two guys, one with a Harvard education and another who was self-educated in prison. They were both mostly using normal words, but I still didn't understand 90% of the fucking content that was being said. Everything went over my damn head. I felt stupid and inferior. That feeling of dissatisfaction and inferiority was unfucking-bearable to me. I vowed that I would never let that happen to me again. I began studying like no man had ever studied before. I took the study of etymology very seriously, acquiring the biggest dictionary and thesaurus I could find. I would look up every unfamiliar word, which was a fuck ton, and then look up their synonyms, antonyms, and origins of those words. That dissatisfaction drove me to expand my knowledge and vocabulary. Shame can be paralyzing, but it can also be transformative. When you feel ashamed of your actions or where you are in life, use that shame as a wake-up call. Let it remind you of the standards you've set for yourself and push you to realign with those standards. Everyone now sees me as this superior specimen, but they don't realize that my brain and my body came from feeling stupid and inferior. I just couldn't stand that feeling, and I refused to let it define me. If you look at your reflection or your life and feel ashamed of what you see, good. Use the energy from that shame to fuel you. Look in the mirror 20 times a fucking day to make yourself so upset that you will refuse to accept it any longer. This is what I did. I refused to let go of what made me feel bad until I fixed it. I'm gonna give you guys a secret. When you hear it, it's gonna make sense. But people looking in from the outside never realize it when they're looking. The gym is the mecca of self-esteem issues. No one wakes up one day and thinks to themselves, I feel fucking perfect. I think I'll start going to the gym today. That has never fucking happened. When you start your gym journey and all you see is people grinding their asses off, working out until they look like they're gonna fucking pass out, and they're strong or have a nice body, every single one of them started their journey because they had one self-esteem issue or another. And still do. If they didn't, they would have stopped going to the fucking gym. The gym is full of people who were dissatisfied with something about themselves and use that dissatisfaction as a catalyst for change. It's a place where negative emotions are harnessed and transformed into physical and mental strength. Self-worth is about recognizing your value and demanding the best for yourself. This mindset is crucial for achieving your goals. When you believe you deserve the best, you set higher goals and work harder to achieve them. You don't settle for mediocrity or second best. This belief fuels your motivation and drives your actions. When I set my sights on a goal, I don't settle for anything less. This belief in my worth has driven me to achieve more than I ever thought possible. Whether it was mastering a new skill, pursuing a new career goal, or building meaningful relationships, my absolute belief in my worth has been the driving force behind my success. I use a simple motto to drive this home to myself and anyone else who knows me. Dust settles, Gabriel doesn't. You want to use practical affirmations like I deserve success and I am worthy of my dreams. Affirmations help to reprogram your subconscious mind and reinforce positive beliefs about yourself. Now, I don't care what words you use, just make sure that they feel strong and impactful enough to you to get you off your ass. Spend time each day visualizing yourself achieving your goals. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you want to weigh a certain thing. I don't care if you want to accomplish a certain thing. Visualize you living the life that you want. Visualization helps you to create a clear mental picture of what success looks like, making it easier to pursue. Be vigilant about rejecting mediocrity. Aim for excellence in everything you do. This means consistently pushing yourself to improve and never settling for just good enough. Your actions should be guided by principles, not feelings. Your principles must come first. Feelings are fleeting and can be influenced by external factors, but principles are steadfast and provide a solid foundation for your actions. Operating on principles ensure that you stay true to your values even when it's difficult. I live by my principles so strongly that I will break my own heart to stay true to them. Many have not been able to grasp this, many of my exes especially, but it keeps me grounded. For example, I have ended relationships that did not align with my principles despite the emotional pain it caused. This commitment to my principles has kept me true to myself and my goals. You need to define your principles. So once again, write down your core principles and the standards that support them. These principles should reflect your deepest values and serve as your guiding light. Once set, commit to your principles fully and completely. Act based on what is important, not what feels good. This requires a high level of self-discipline and the ability to prioritize long-term goals over short-term gratification. Prioritize your principles. Make decisions that align with your principles even when it is difficult. Your principles should always come first. This might mean making sacrifices or enduring discomfort, but it's worth it to stay true to your values. I cannot stress this enough. Acting on your feelings or doing what feels good rather than what is important will only lead to a massively dissatisfied and disappointing life. You will never achieve greatness or even anything just worthwhile by acting on what feels good. You have to learn to do what you are supposed to be doing, whether you want to or not. Sleeping in feels good. Getting up and working on your goals is more important. Every successful person you admire got there by doing the hard things they needed to do, even when they didn't feel like it. It is about prioritizing long-term goals over short-term comfort. Systems and routines provide structure and consistency, both crucial for maintaining discipline and achieving long-term goals. The most successful and the most dangerous people on this planet are rigid and fanatical about their routines. They treat them like a religious practice. Routines create a sense of predictability and control, which allows you to focus on what is most important. I personally have a morning routine that includes meditation, repeating my own personal mantras, and planning my daily tasks. This routine keeps me disciplined and focused. Starting my day with these activities sets a positive tone and ensures that I am mentally and physically prepared to tackle any challenges of the day. So create a morning routine that includes activities to prepare you mentally and physically for the day. This could include exercise, meditation, reading, or reviewing your goals. Find what works best for you and stick to it consistently. Plan your day ahead, setting priorities and allocating time for important tasks. A structured plan helps you stay focused and productive, reducing the likelihood of procrastination. End your day with a review of what you've accomplished and what needs improvement. This helps you stay on track and make adjustments as needed. Reflecting on your day allows you to celebrate your successes and learn from your challenges. Remember, the hardest choices require the strongest wills. This isn't just about making a decision, it's about transforming your entire approach to life. Imagine standing at the crossroads of a critical decision. On one side, there's the path of least resistance, where comfort and mediocrity await. On the other side, there's a steep, rugged trail leading to excellence, lined with challenges and sacrifices. The path you choose determines your destiny. Setting high standards is the cornerstone of this journey. When you establish ironclad standards, you create a clear blueprint for your actions. You decide what you will tolerate and what you won't, and this clarity gives you the power to make decisions that align with your highest values. It's about creating a personal constitution that guides your behavior, ensuring that every step you take is purposeful and aligned with your goals. Believing you deserve the best is not about arrogance. It's about recognizing your inherent value and refusing to settle for anything less than your true potential. This belief is the driving force behind every successful endeavor. It's the voice that tells you to keep pushing forward even when the odds are against you. It's what fuels your determination and gives you the resilience to overcome obstacles. Operating on principles rather than feelings is what separates the good from the great. Feelings are temporary and often misleading. They can steer you off course if you let them dictate your actions. Principles, on the other hand, are steadfast. They provide a solid foundation upon which you can build a life of integrity and honor. Living by your principles means making tough choices and sticking to them, even when it's uncomfortable. Establishing systems and routines is the practical application of these concepts. Your routines become the scaffolding of your daily life, supporting your efforts to stay disciplined and focused. A well-structured routine ensures that you start each day with a sense of purpose and direction. It helps you maintain consistency, which is essential for achieving long-term success. Beyond all these elements, there's the need to harness your negative emotions. Anger, dissatisfaction, and shame are just a few that can be destructive if left unchecked, but they can also be very powerful motivators. When you feel anger, let it ignite a fire within you to make positive changes. When you feel dissatisfied, use that feeling as a catalyst to strive for more. When you feel shame, let it remind you of your standards and push you to realign with them. Harnessing these powerful emotions has thrust me forward countless times in my life. Whether it was transforming my body in prison out of anger and determination or expanding my knowledge to never feel fucking stupid again, these feelings fueled my growth. If you feel ashamed of what you see in the mirror, good. Use that energy. Look at your reflection 20 times a day to make yourself so upset that you refuse to accept it any longer. This is what I did. I refused to let go of what made me feel bad until I fixed it. Success is not just a series of achievements, it's a lifestyle. It's a continuous journey of growth driven by the decisions you make every day. The hardest choices will require the strongest wills, and your willpower is strengthened by the standards you set, the belief in your worth, the principles you live by, and the routines that you establish. Embrace these elements and you will create a life of unstoppable success. Now that we've covered the essentials, we're going to talk about the steps you can take to implement these changes into your life. Everything begins with a decision, a commitment to that decision, and the discipline to see that commitment through, which we will explore in detail in future episodes. But first is decisions. Every action starts with a decision. The choices you make determine your path. Deciding to pursue a goal, adopt a new habit, or change your lifestyle is the first step towards transformation. Deciding to wake up every day early so that you can work out sets the tone for your entire day and builds discipline. This simple decision can have a profound effect on your life, leading to increased energy, improved health, and greater productivity. Commitment. Once you've made a decision, the next step is to commit to it fully. This means no backing out, no excuses. Commitment requires a deep sense of dedication and the willingness to follow through no matter what obstacles you encounter. When I decided to train in martial arts, I committed fully. I showed up every day, no matter how tired or how busy I was. This level of commitment not only helped me to improve my skills, but also taught me the value of perseverance and consistency. Discipline. Discipline is what's going to keep you on track. It's the ability to stick to your commitments even when it's tough. Discipline involves self-control, focus, and the ability to resist temptations that can derail your progress. Discipline is waking up early every day, even when you don't feel like it. Sticking to your workout routine, your diet, and your goals. It's about what needs to be done and making sure that you get it done, regardless of how you feel in the moment. This unwavering discipline is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't. Fourth and last is a willingness to suffer. To become a legend, you must be willing to suffer. It's the pain, the sacrifice, and the struggle that forge greatness. Embracing suffering is about understanding that the road to success is not easy, but it's worth it. Legends are made through their willingness to endure hardship and keep going. It's the suffering that builds character and resilience. Every setback, every failure is an opportunity to learn and grow stronger. The willingness to suffer separates those who achieve extraordinary success from those who settle for mediocrity. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe for more insights, and please share this with anyone you think needs to hear it. As always, remember, excellence is as difficult as it is rare. Stay strong and keep pushing forward. Your journey towards greatness starts now, and every step you take brings you closer to your goals. Let's make this journey together. In the comments, please share any additional resources for fellow members to read, anything that has helped you, or share a tough choice that you've made recently and how you handled it. Let's inspire and support each other on this journey towards excellence. Lastly, I challenge you to set one new standard for yourself this week and enforce it. Share your new standard in the comments section and your experience with how it impacts your life.